Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. It's going to be a very exciting game. Unfortunately, I'm feeling very tired at the moment, so we're just going to have to get through it because I definitely want to cast at least one game today and hopefully more. But at the same time, I don't want to tire myself out too much. I am going to be seeing the new Hobbit movie in just a few hours, which I'm very, very excited about. And it's probably going to be like 5 hours long, so... oh, that worker, man. Does manage to survive, barely, but has to run out of the way of the Nexus. But managed to tie up 2 workers for quite some time, so yeah, that's pretty good stuff. And we're continuing to have the Christmas deal going on, although this Reaper doesn't have a Christmas hat, and neither does the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core, I feel like, would be the best unit in the entire game to have the Santa hat, but I don't know, missed opportunity. Whatever. So, yes, it can't be a birthday hat because I think Starcraft came out in like August or something like that. Maybe it's the birthday of Heart of the Swarm. I don't know. I thought it was just a Christmas hat. Anyway, let's introduce the players. Up the top left side of the map is Mr. Jim. He is 19 years of age, from China, plays for Invictus Gaming. Very, very nice stuff. And his opponent down at the bottom side of the map is Mr. Iaguz. He is 24 years of age from Australia. That's what I'm talking about. And he plays for Root Gaming. So very, very awesome stuff. And I hope this guy does very, very well. In fact, I think he's one of the guys who qualified for the Hairy Smash, which is coming up in... well, by the time you guys see that, it'll be this coming Sunday. So anyway, January the 4th. Sunday, January the 4th. 12 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. There will be a live stream on a bunch of things. I've got a video up about it, introducing it somewhere on my channel, so go ahead and check that out. It will be awesome. And yes, iaguz should be participating. I can't remember if he's definitely said he is, but I think he has. Let me just find my list here. Yes, he has said that he is coming, so that is going to be awesome. Yeah, so let's see how he does in this game. It's going to be very, very interesting to be checking him out. He's right now, he's got his expansion out. He's got a whole bunch of barracks, actually, no factory, but a whole bunch of barracks, getting out some tech. I don't think he's, no, that's the first thing he's getting out. Getting out some Marauders. Marauders, of course, a very, very good idea when it comes to Protoss. So yeah, the more Marauders you can get early game, the better off you are going to be. And that probe just got absolutely disintegrated. So yes, income-wise, Jim looks like he's a little bit further ahead with that good old chrono boost. So he's looking pretty good at the moment. We do have a factory coming out for iaguz, which is going to be awesome. 5 gates. He is building 5 gateways at the moment. My god, Jim is going absolutely nuts here. Yeah, I'd almost be tempted to say that Jim is going to just roll over iaguz. Almost, but I'm not going to say that because iaguz is an Aussie, so we've got to go for this guy. We've got to say, yep, iaguz, man, let's see it happen. But yeah, it definitely could be one of those cases where, you know, one player is just here and the other player is here, and, you know, it's just, there's not even any question, but that could be it, but I'm not sure if it is. And I definitely would love to see iaguz prove me wrong, because yeah, I know Jim is a pretty decent player. iaguz, I'm not sure of it. iaguz is a pretty decent player, but there are levels. There's like my tournament levels, and then there's international levels, and I know that Jim is pretty good on an international level, so iaguz will have to see what he can do here. He's, oh, that was a Mothership Core warp. Oh, very nice, very nice. So that managed to save his ass from getting owned by Stalkers, or managed to save his base from getting owned by Stalkers, which is good. But he's continuing to move out. We've got 42 versus 42. The army size is pretty much identical. And iaguz actually has Marauders with Stim, so he's going to be looking pretty good. We do have Blink. Where's the air support? It is coming, so that's going to allow him to blink up the top. iaguz in the perfect position to be defending either spot on that ramp, although he's going to be running down now. Is he going to go for it? He's a little bit worried, and he should be, because that Mothership Core can allow them to blink up the ramp very, very easily. So he's all over the place trying to figure out what's going to happen here. And there we go, they're right in the corner. There's the blink, and iaguz ready for it straight away, but a time warp is going to slow him down. Units on the bottom side still having a crack. Those Stalkers are dying, absolutely massively dying. iaguz sending some workers over there to help out, but I really don't think he needed them. Those Marauders had it all over the place, and the Stalkers just had no chance. You do not throw against Stalkers against any sizable force of Marauders. It just does not work. And there we go, more Stalkers coming in, but once again, they are pushed back after only a small moment. So a very, very nice defense here, but iaguz, man, he's just got everything working for him. I mean, Jim is running in mass Stalkers against a Terran army with Marauders. I mean, Jim, what the hell are you thinking? Like what we said about some players being walkovers in some stages, I mean, that is definitely, I mean, that happens all the time. You've got players and this guy says, oh, this guy's a walkover, blah, 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 I'm just going to own him. I think that Jim thinks iaguz is a walkover. I can think of no other reason why he would be going mass blink Stalker into somebody's base against a Terran player who clearly has a decent amount of Marauders. I mean, against a player of equal caliber, that is stupidity. So obviously he feels like iaguz is a walkover, and that's why he decided to go for the Stalker. Stalker just mass jump in there and try and kill things. But obviously his mind has been changed somewhat, and he's obviously going to have to reevaluate his tactics here. You can see it. How many gateways did he go? So he had like 6 gateways or something. He was going for a complete overpower there. No fanciness, just completely overpowering iaguz, and unfortunately did not work. So he's going to have to go to plan B, and plan B is probably going to be Colossus. So there's the robotics facility coming out, and yeah, he's only just building it now, so he really, really believed that this Stalker push was going to work. Oh, the workers. This guy not quite in range of that, but anyway, there's the medevac. Did he drop any more up here? Doesn't look like it. He was just flying over to sort of scare him. And iaguz is going to try something. He's actually going to try something. He's getting it. He's up the ramp. Does he have enough forces to make this work? That is the question. Bunch more sentries and zealots coming in, and iaguz is just like, oh! But he led the forces into the Widow Mines, so he didn't do much, but at the same time, those Widow Mines got some bloody revenge. Revenge for what? I'm not sure, but they got a lot of kills, so that's good. And Jim, is he going to take care of these guys? Yeah, I think he is. The Widow Mine's actually lifting up and just getting the hell out of there. But iaguz is in full macro mode. He's pushed himself up to 64. He's on, so he's over 52, which is what Jim is on, so that's 12 more. Oh my god, we've got a Dark Shrine coming out. Dark Shrine. Hopefully iaguz can take care of this. He should be able to. We got Colossus Tech. Yes, we got a missile turret here. They could potentially sneak up this side of the ramp, but if they go straight for this base, they are going to get detected. They're not necessarily going to get owned until the bunkers are empty, but yeah, hopefully you should be able to figure that out. So we do have a Ghost Academy. We got another starport. So iaguz knows the Colossus are coming and is moving out with another starport to get additional Vikings. He's also got the Ghost Academy in preparation for the High Templars, which he is almost certain are going to be coming out. Little does he know it's Dark Templars and not High Templars that are coming out. So yes, we'll just have to see what happens there. But DTs are, yeah, I don't know. It's another tactic where you can run in, and if your opponent's unaware, then you can own them. But if your opponent is all over it, if your opponent is playing at a professional level, then DTs are not going to be able to do all that much. I mean, you've got missile turrets everywhere, you're keeping an eye on them, and that's fine. So we'll just have to see. We've got a Warp Prism coming in though. Oh, this is going to be good. There we go, the DT's running straight past, so he's already revealing his DTs, throwing them all over the place. In just half a second, iaguz is going to realize there are DTs. There we go, the DT's having a go. The bunkers are up, they have got units, so that's it. DT's not going to be able to get in here. And there we go, 1 DT, 2 DTs, 3 DTs. This one's still having a good old job, and he has killed 9 workers so far. So I gotta say, those DTs are definitely doing a good job. But, oh man, he's actually sending workers back there. He's starting to realize there's DTs there. Here we go, Warp Prism coming in the back of the main building. A couple more DTs coming in, or 1 anyway. And that guy, there's no missile turrets, no defenses here. So the amount of workers lost could start to be devastating here, but he's going to move them out straight away. He's down to 53. He was up an incredible amount before, but he's down to 53. And the Dark Templar going to be running the hell out of there, just staying up in the corner. And we're going to need another scan here. We're going to need another scan. Oh, he tried to get it with an EMP. I'm not sure if he quite got it. An EMP, of course, hitting a Dark Templar does remove cloak temporarily, I think. Not sure. Not really sure. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There's the scan. There the DT goes down. So, yeah, still a decent amount of workers were lost there by Mr. iaguz. He was, obviously, those DTs... They definitely did a very, very good job. You may say they turned the game around, and we'll just have to see. We've done, I mean, we've still got a massive army for iaguz. How many Vikings? Not that much, 4. But there's only 1 Colossi at the moment, just about to be 2. So he needs to push those Viking numbers. Definitely needs to push those Viking numbers. And we'll see how he does. He's going to be getting some ghosts. He's actually countering High Templar quite successfully, but there's no High Templar on the field. So there's a little bit of a waste, but of course EMP is still going to be awesome. So we should be seeing a couple of them go down. Here we go. The Vikings have all been destroyed. The 2 Colossi not really taken much damage, so it's just going to be the main army going in, but there's way too many Zealots for them to just push through. The EMP, of course, helping quite a lot, and he's going to try and push without taking out the Colossi first. He's taking a serious amount of damage. He is shredding all the Zealots, but the damage is so much. He really needs to get those Vikings out. Of course, there are a decent amount of Stalkers with Blink, so if Jim stays on top of his Stalker Micro, then he should be okay, because the Viking numbers are not really high. If we had like 10 or 12 Vikings or something like that, then we could say, yes, there's not much chance of Jim defending all of these Colossi, but the Viking numbers are not high, the Stalker numbers are decent, so I think he could probably snipe the Vikings, you know, pretty easily. Unless iaguz starts going absolutely nuts on them, which he is starting to do, but it does take some time. And all of those ground forces that he lost is starting to make a little bit of a dent in his forces. He's still got a very decent amount of Marauders. What do we got here? More Widow Mines. I don't know, 1 Marine. I think a Marine died there. We got 2-1 here. We got 1-2 there. Level 2 weapons on the way. And level 3 weapons on the way. So both players 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, depending on how you look at it. And they're going to go for an engagement. Jim with the high ground, though. The Vikings overstretching themselves, you might say. Trying to get those Colossus. A simple blink from the Stalkers would own those Vikings, but then again, a simple blink from those Stalkers would put them in range of the Marauders, which is not what he wants to do either. So it's a very delicate dance here for both players. The Vikings on the high ground. There they go. Oh, the Stalkers blinking up to the top. They're going to be hitting the Vikings very nicely. The Vikings starting to do some Colossus damage. 1 Colossus goes down. The other Colossus going down. There are 2 left, but they're slowly going down. The Marauders are taking significant damage, but reinforcements continuing to come in. The Colossi are all down, and now iaguz is going to start putting the pressure on. His ground forces are looking very low, but he lands some Vikings, and he's got just enough to take out the army. In fact, a little bit more than enough to take out the army, and that is it. Great play by iaguz, and I gotta say, I think the micro on the Stalkers was a little bit lacking there, because I saw they blinked into perfect position and then they attacked ground forces. I don't think the Stalkers focused on the Vikings. We will double check that, but I do think that was the case. I don't think that those Stalkers actually shot at Vikings for that battle. I think they were doing something else. So anyway, let's have a look here. So, where's the main? Come on, get your army over there. Alright. So here we go. We got the Vikings up the top side. So the Colossus is going to be coming in. Here he goes. He's got some more Stalkers, warping them in. Let's slow it down to normal speed. Here we go. Medevacs coming out. The Vikings. The Vikings are going to shift up to the top. The Stalkers do a beautiful blink. And the Stalkers are not attacking the Vikings. These Vikings are not taking damage at all. The Stalkers are ignoring them. The Stalkers are all attacking ground units. They're starting to attack some Vikings now. 1 Viking goes down on health, and then they forget to keep attacking it. So they go after ground units again. So a significant mistake on the part of Jim there, not focusing fire on those Vikings once his Stalkers blinked up there. And I think that really could have saved him there, because there were not that many Vikings. If he shredded them with the Stalkers, then he definitely could have had at least 1 or 2 Colossi surviving, and I think that would have made all the difference in this game, in this battle anyway. So that's it. Game done. Good job for Mr. iaguz, and look forward to seeing him in the Hairy Smash coming up in about a week's time, or less than a week, depending on when you watch this game. So, should be awesome. Stay tuned for that. I will catch you guys when that comes out. Have a good one.